Hey guys, this is Tina B.
And Charmaine G.
We're here to talk about the messiness of life. It's ugly.
And it's raw.
It's real.
And it's a freaking game.
It's whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole!
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole!
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole!
This is us.
And our gift to you.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh my gosh.
Here
you
we
guys,
are.
The verdict is in. The verdict is in.
The verdict is in.
Oh my God.
Unless you live in a hole.
Squash your tiny head.
That's not to say that you needed to watch it, but it's somewhere where you're on social media, TV.
Oh, yeah.
It's
The
shown
last
up in your
6
life
weeks
somewhere.
straight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But these events happened 2 years ago plus.
4, I think.
4 years ago. Yeah.
6, I think, actually.
Well, they got divorced in 16. Then she did the op-ed in 18. He did his op-ed in 19.
Did he have an op-ed? I didn't
Well,
even know about that.
he had a response of saying it was a hoax, and we can get to that because that was part of the verdict.
That was a huge part. Everything that he had the burden of proof for, the jury found it to be true.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
he reached every one of them. I don't know a lot of legal talk, but
I do.
he reached every burden of proof that he needed. The answer to it was yes. There was not one no. Did he prove,
Defamation. Yes. Was
defamation,
this
malice, all
Yes.
of this, everything was yes.
Yep.
God bless him. He was just like, you know what, last Friday, peace out, bitches. I'm going to go to London with Jeff Beck. Oh my gosh, this guy's amazing. And just play the guitar. That's therapy.
What
Fuck
a cool, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bye. He didn't even come back. He was like, it's almost like he knew I don't have to come back. That
Well,
shit's mine.
I mean, he's all like, my job is done here because it's in the hands of others. Okay, so my mom called me. I'm in a meeting, and she called, and I'm like, okay, maybe something's wrong with my kids or whatever. And I sent her a text saying, hey, everything okay? She calls again. What the hell? She calls again, and so I answer. I'm like, hey, Mom, in a meeting. She was like, I just wanted to tell you that the jury's back in. And I'm like, I'm on my way home. So I concluded the meeting and cut the heck out just to go home and
Priorities.
watch this.
Just saying.
You know what? I had a bad day, and I don't know why. And if anybody can relate to this, thank you. But as soon as I heard, I figured one count of defamation, but all 3, I had chills like all over my body, thinking it wasn't even a matter of like, yes, justice was served. It was like closure, finally, closure for these people. Now I have a question for you.
Sure.
Why do you think that out of everyone in this entire world that theirs was highly publicized and such a draw in, and like almost, just like completely stuck to your TV for so long, and Team Johnny and all these things? Why, when there's so many people that go through this already? Like, why them?
Well, this is, okay.
Because they're
beautiful
famous?
people.
Okay.
Beautiful
Okay.
people. Okay, you
Yeah.
can't deny that they're beautiful people.
I
Physically
think Johnny
beautiful.
would like me. I think he would. I really do.
I know he would like me. Anyway, so there's that.
Call
He's
me.
an A-lister. She's not, but he's an A-lister.
Yeah, she's
And
not no more.
No.
she's
And a
done.
little teensy weensy part of me feels bad for her. But if
Why?
she lied in the name of domestic violence, it's just not okay.
Right.
It's just not okay. So that's a whole other thing. And if they
and they
find
used that
she-
plug in the closing arguments.
Oh, yeah.
Her attorneys were like, you need to show the world that we are, if you go against this, then you're going against domestic violence. And they tried to strike that from the record, Johnny Depp's attorneys, and it was too late. The judge was like, denied it because it's in the jury's hands now. But I thought, that's tacky. That's way inappropriate when there was 6 weeks of evidence showing false, opposite, lies, manipulation.
Not one person showed up to say, anytime they were asked, have you ever seen Mr. Depp strike Ms. Heard?
No.
So
Have you ever seen
that
Miss
alone-
Heard strike Mr. Depp?
Yes. Yeah, she even admits to it on
Yeah.
the camera, on the video, one
Yeah.
of the video things or recordings. So, it's beautiful people. There's a lot of money involved. And who wouldn't? Come on. You know what? It's high profile because maybe it's unexpected. I mean, the last high profile trial I watched, it was a criminal
OJ?
trial.
What?
That was before this.
Oh.
Casey Anthony.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
I was like, it was, I think, summertime, and I was at, oh my gosh, my kids were like, oh, are we really going to watch this? They were littler. Yeah, I get all caught up in that. There's a tabloid. I'm not denying that. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm so classy and there's just something classy about it.
She's trying
I
to
am
hide.
I am a nosy bitch, and I wanted to hear all the good, all the stuff. But then the more it rolled on, it just became. It just was so big.
Like you needed to unravel this
Just
story.
tease it out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and see what is, and then to just sit and think about what would motivate somebody to make up like the first time. Oh, do you remember the first time Mr. Depp hit you? Oh, I remember. As she's talking to the jury.
Yeah.
We were la da 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 da, and I said something about
And
his
I was
tattoo.
walking out of the room,
and he smacked
and then
me.
he slapped me,
And I laughed. And then he smacked me again. And then again. Can you, I mean, really, who believes that shit?
No, you're absolutely right. But what they failed to do is, I mean, because I can only imagine how much it costs for those attorneys and how to pay the expert witness that came in, you know, on both sides of it, that her team, in addition to all of her expert it just fell short. I mean, that Dr. Spiegel, I have no, he was on something. He was on something.
I don't know if he was on something, but he reminded me, he was like a cross between Lurch and...
Doc Brown
It
off
was
of Back to the Future, for sure.
For sure.
Doc Brown. I mean, there's so many freaking spoof videos out there. I'm going to actually post one to our Facebook page that a cool kid gave me. And it's a piece of poop testifying. They called the poop up to the stand to testify. And he's like, it's not fair that, you know, like this shit's happening to me. And it was and
Wow.
like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like,
People go to lengths to make just funny shit for us to look at, you know?
Yep.
I
Bless you.
Sean sneezed. Sean hasn't said one word.
Okay, so since my microphone's way over here and over there, I sneezed. But honestly, unless you're absolutely paying attention to the minutiae, small little sounds, you wouldn't have noticed it. Unless somebody said, bless you.
Oh, bless you. Well, I
Or
guess
Sean
fuck
sneezed.
you.
Or
I
Sean
mean,
sneezed.
Right.
You know, otherwise I try to be quiet about it. I'm like, have my micro. No. Stop everything. Bless Sean. Bless me.
Wouldn't that be
Bless
funny
you.
though if out of like culture and what we were taught growing up, if somebody sneezed and instead of saying bless you, you were like, oh, fuck you.
Well, bless you comes from the fact that your heart stops when you sneeze.
Oh, yeah, and they want you to live.
Exactly.
Yeah, but when you have a big coughing fit and
Or
you're ready
that
to
you've-
die,
you've
they're like,
lived
what's
through.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
That's like my lung is getting ready to come out
I
of my
can't
nose.
answer you back. Yeah.
But a little, it's you. Oh, bless you. I hope God helps you with that one.
And
but
nobody
the
really-
Heimlich maneuver?
I mean,
no,
yeah.
you're screwed.
No, I was
right.
trying to explain to the same cool kid the other day that, you know, since I've had babies, like there's no web down there, you know, and that's what happens whenever you choose to have a child. So I pee my pants every time I cough, sneeze, burp, fart, jump on trampolines. It happens. And so I'm going to be one of those old ladies that walk around with the pens and walking farts. I know it.
I just stand with my legs closed if I sneeze. And God forbid I don't. Like the other day, that happened to me. I was in the bathroom. I had just got done showering, did my hair, I'm all dressed. And then I sneezed and it was over. Like I had to go change my clothes. There's the whole thing.
Okay, back to the
Back
trial.
to the Johnny thing. I am so, first of all, he won in the court of the public opinion.
$15 million.
But if he had even lost that in the court of public opinion, who's not,
Do you think
I'm
it
going to say
would have been a riot?
80% of people have watched a Johnny Depp movie, have probably
Sure.
watched a movie of his, maybe
Sure.
tapped into on Disney
21
Plus
Jump
and looked
Street,
at
Hairspray.
some.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
He wasn't in Hairspray.
Yes, he wasn't. No, wait, yeah. No, what is it? I'm pretty sure he was in Hairspray.
No, he wasn't in Hairspray.
Okay, I'm going to figure it out because he was like a greaser, like a slickster.
No,
and
not him.
promise you. Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna
You
text
find
it
that
to
and
you
show it
later.
to
I
me.
will. Okay. So outside of this, he's been in our lives for what 30 plus years.
He's
on
the greatest
film.
actor of my generation, I would say. My generation.
True.
So, and you can't, the truth prevails. When you're being honest, you don't have to like spin all these plates and do all of that. You just stick by it.
Yeah. There was a forensic detective that did, like a rehash of what he identifies in interviews whenever they're doing criminal investigations. And the way that he presented it is Johnny's details and like angles and how he would even like do a visual just to reflect on the memory shows that he's telling the truth, and there was no, it was recollection of memories.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that, I mean, when you have those expert outside, from trial attorneys to investigators to even people that have had those lived experiences saying, no, his behavior is matching his words and everything, that it's unraveling itself. They had mounds of evidence though. And I mean, that's how you win those cases, because a defamation lawsuit is nearly impossible to win.
Yeah, it's pretty darn hard.
And they more often than never do you get punitive damages in the amount of $5 million.
Yeah, well, So they awarded her 2, I think.
Yes.
But that's just going to come off the top of what she owes him.
But
so.
did you hear that? I'm not for sure how this ended, because I was trying to get a really good understanding of this. But at the very end, she goes, the judge said statutory limit cap amount is $350,000 for that type of that charge. So it was after Amber was, they found her, awarded her $2 million, and then I think they capped that off at $350,000. So I'm going to clarify that later on, maybe next week or just online or whatever. But I thought, you know what? I wonder if he's upside down on this, because how much did it pay for those attorneys? Six-man team.
Do you think he's not going to work now? I think he's going to be, people want him now. What do you think, Sean?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So
you for
not
validating
even
me.
here. Like, why are we here?
No, sorry. I was looking at a Johnny Depp story right now as you guys are speaking.
Ooh, cool.
No, but I think you're right, because the demand, I mean, they're talking about the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go back to that.
I
Yeah.
do too.
And I think there is, people love Johnny Depp. And at the same time, people are like, hey, we don't want Amber Heard as part of Aquaman, even though she still is, but in a reduced role. But I think you're going to see her social currency go down.
Oh, it has. For sure.
sure.
She didn't even have one, really. I mean, she was an up-and-comer is what they would like to say. But, and then it was identified that Johnny helped her land the role in Aquaman. And that really ruffled her feathers when Camille had her on the stand, was like, didn't he do this?
I got that role myself. Okay, but you're married to like one of the biggest
he made the
actors
phone
in the
call for
world
you
who picked
and-
up the phone and said, I know a guy, give me a second,
Exactly.
So yeah, I love that he won. I can't wait. Last night we watched Donnie Brasco. My husband and I watched Donnie Brasco, which is, I'm one of those gals that I like these obscure movies. I want to watch Rum Diaries. I've not seen that yet.
Too.
But I'm going to be on a little Johnny Depp roll with,
I think we should. I
100%.
mean, he's got proceeds that are still, he's got riches, that pay out after every download or
royalties. Yeah.
royalties.
And so
for sure.
like she's now like when she goes to buy a house, she's just got this I guess I can't do that.
No,
maybe
she's
even in
gotta
the
still
grocery
pay
store,
that
be careful with
ACLU
the
back.
ATM card. She's gonna be, can I afford these groceries? That's sad.
So she owes 5.5 to the ACLU based on her, divorce settlement, and then she also owes $15 million to Johnny.
Well, you know how she's going to pay it off.
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
back on that strip pole.
That's right. She'll open up her OnlyFans and be
She's
like,
beautiful.
yeah.
Why wouldn't she?
Just
Okay.
don't,
Do some porn.
certain activities in the bed, certain, no poo activities, and she'll be, there is a market for that, I guess. But
There is
anyway,
a market for that. It's
That
disgusting.
is. Like golden showers, poo-poo mouth, all of it. I don't get it. But I agree with you. I want to actually follow that to see how well she comes around, because She kind of shifted out of the industry.
There's a whole article here.
What?
I'm just scrolling down. Amber Heard's post-defamation trial career will be, quote, difficult, but Johnny will make a comeback even if he's not working for Disney, according to the was it Today host talking about
Yes,
their
he
careers.
will. Yes,
So,
he
yeah.
will. I think that Disney will actually probably do an apology.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I do.
I do
mean, they're
too.
in hot water anyway, and so
If they come out with a 6 in the wake of this, and talk is that there's a female in the lead.
Yeah.
Who's
Selma
Yeah,
Hayek?
but you
Oh,
go,
I don't know.
you see Pirates for Johnny.
Yes,
He is
made
he
that.
Pirates.
is Jack Sparrow.
You know,
He
it's like
is.
it's like watching Transformers without Optimus Prime. You can't do that.
Okay, speaking of movies, let's just shift a little bit because I forgot about this. So I have never been a moviegoer. Like I don't go to the movies.
Oh, I love it.
I can't. My
Top
mother-in-law.
Gun just came out. We're going to talk about that. Go ahead.
I saw it. So that was I was going to say, I don't go to the movies, but my in-laws were in town and they're very, especially my mother-in-law. First of all, she's in love with Tom Cruise. Second of all, she loves to go to the movies. That's what they do. They love to go
Yeah.
to the movies. So they're like, let's get tickets for the, Saturday night. None of the kids wanted to go with us. Samantha was like, no.
They're regretting it.
And so,
They will.
well, I got to tell you, the first one was cheesy because we watched that a couple of weeks ago when it came out on Netflix. And it was so interesting. I was like, this is 80s cheesy. But in the 80s, it wasn't.
No,
it was
it was
very
big
relevant.
time.
Very,
Yeah.
yeah. So when we went, no spoilers, but there's this one thing in the beginning that happened before the movie even ever started. Tom Cruise comes on looking like so hot.
He's
and I'm not a fan.
58, 59.
I'm not a huge fan of his.
Now, remind you, the Tom Cruise you see at the beginning of the movie is 4 years older than the Tom Cruise
Yes.
that was actually filmed because
Yeah,
they've had
it's
this in the can for 2 years.
Yes,
They have.
I did not know that the director died during.
Tony
Oh,
Scott.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I
He
didn't know
committed
that.
suicide.
I didn't know that.
That's why they held off on launching the movie.
No, they held off. They held off because of
COVID.
COVID.
They wanted it to be shown in the theaters, not to
I
stream.
thought it wasn't.
No.
I thought it was. Oh, okay.
So seeing it, you have to see it in the theater because
Yes.
there's real F fighter jets. I want to say F-18s. My
You'll
husband's
never
going to
get
be
me,
like,
like
yeah.
caliber
I know my
bullets.
husband's
I'm
like,
like,
no,
"Meh."
Tina, it's this. Anyways, there
I
were
act
real
interested just
things.
so they
it
think
was
it's hot,
so
but meh.
good. It was so. It had me on the edge of my seat, and that takes a lot to impress me
Those
with that
aerials?
kind of stuff.
Whenever he comes in, right?
You saw it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I was in Denver and I'd been planning this for 2 years because I mean, the way that it was supposed to come out pre-COVID, and then they extended it for another 6 months. And I'm like, okay, maybe they're trying to get a crowd for Thanksgiving because that's when movies kind of launch, like July 4th, Thanksgiving, Christmas, so they can have bigger, showings. So with that being said, when we booked the tickets, they were sold out for 2 days straight. And we were in downtown Denver, and they have all recliners in the theaters, right? So you're in your own electric recliner and everything. I was reclined, but I'm sitting straight up the whole time for like 2 hours.
It was really exciting.
It was so
It was
good.
so good. I cried at one part. Yeah, I got my mother-in-law was next to me. I hear her going, it was just good. It was good. It was
really
a fun
good.
activity to go with my husband because he has a very deep appreciation for aviation, period.
Oh,
So, yeah, it was really cool to do that. And I'm glad that I went. So there's that. I am about to embark on, like I said, I'm going to just start watching some Johnny Depp movies because I want to, help
fall
him
in
pay
love
for
with
his
him.
next mansion.
clean.
kidding.
Get the poop service cleaning
So
out there.
what did you do for Memorial Weekend? Reader's Digest version.
Really quick. So I was in Denver all week.
Mm.
And then we had a high school graduation. We had a follow-up barbecue, family barbecue, movies. But we went all over the place, adventuring. We actually went to the Stanley Hotel where they filmed The Shining. And we went ghost hunting. I'm not
Find
gonna lie
anything?
to you. I don't want to know if I found anything, but I did take lots of pictures. There's orbs in it. But I'm geeking out over this stuff just because you get feelings. You know what I'm saying? When you walk
Energy.
in, I've never had a paranormal, something that I can testify to, but I believe that people have, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's some that are kooky that just get the play in, but there are legit, you know, hauntings. And the Warren wife and husband that are notorious for demonation, you know, so basically they're specialists. However, we did a night tour, and it's a beautiful hotel, a lot of history with it. And I'm going to go to probably 2 or 3 more during the summer. And I'm going to get spirit boxes and EFPMs or whatever they're called for radars. Your freaking face. Don't mock me. Don't mock me. I want something to happen to me. I want proof.
Me too.
Do it. Don't mock me. Wait until I scare the shit out of
come
you.
on, we
I
all
will.
have
I'm gonna
our
scare the shit
thing.
out of
I mean,
you.
you just listened to me for 4 weeks talk about how
That's
strung
what I
out
am.
I am on this freaking court case that doesn't even involve me.
Yeah, let me be a ghost hunter. Let me do it. That's what I asked for Christmas. I wanted like the whole thing.
So I got a Ghost Hunter app on my phone a number of years ago.
Oh, is
Okay.
it the one where the stick figure thingy?
No, it's a radar, and so
Okay.
if it hears sounds, it tells you what the words are. Okay?
That's like a
Get
spirit
out of
box. That's like a
town.
spirit box.
So where do you go to find ghosts? I went to Mountain Meadow.
Ooh, where the war and all of the
Yeah. So I went out down to Mountain Meadow and walked around there, and there was random words, and then it was like squirrel, squirrel. And I was like, jeez. Walk up to my car, and there's a squirrel underneath it.
Get out
Was
of
it really a
town.
squirrel, though?
That
Yes, it
I
was
would-
really a squirrel.
I would get rid of that app or whatever that apparatus was. That would be
handicap
I'd be
rabbit.
done. I don't call it a coincidence and call it good as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I'll keep you guys in tune because
Good.
I promise you I'm going to bring back some product. I'm going to bring back some ghost
nice,
shit.
nice. We didn't thank our sponsors.
Oh,
now I
gosh,
just
we
have
did
to
this
say
many
that
times.
God bless you, Jake Green, because I I have just mutilated the ads for Dixie Moving and Storage. Not just like
think
made
you've
a
done really
minor
well,
mistake. Yeah,
actually.
right. I didn't even get his
They're
website right.
professional, white glove service.
So this is who they are. Dixie Moving and Storage. They are an agent for Beacons. See, you can tell I'm reading it now. They've been in business since 1977. Okay. I have to say this, it's so shallow, but I have a deep appreciation for men working, period.
yeah, hard
But I
labor
I
work.
like them working in the street as I'm driving by in those vests. I like them. I just like men
getting
working.
hot in
I
here. I know.
they have these young men that work at Dixie Moving and Storage, and they're strong. They're strong, young, beautiful people. Okay.
I'll move your boxes.
Exactly. They do white glove
getting
service.
best
They will pack your ass up.
Rearrange your insides.
They'll take you anywhere you want to go. It's not just
Pack
local.
your ass up and take you anywhere you want to go.
Exactly.
Come get in the back
So
of my
they
truck, baby.
they've been in business since 1977. They do pianos. That's a big deal to take one of those apart and put it back together.
That's
they
what
move,
she said.
They move safes, which are so heavy.
Do they do it safely?
Yes, they do. Yes,
Okay,
they do.
plug
Shauna.
the number. We got more sponsors.
So the website is movingdixie.com, and you'll find everything that you need on their website.
if you
Jake
are
Green-
moving in town, out of town, across
Anywhere.
the nation,
They'll take
Call
your
them
ass
today.
anywhere.
they're so affordable, but the quality of their work is by far supersedes with their.
Call Whitney at 435-628-2281.
Thank you, hot sweaty man that does our piano.
Exactly.
So nice.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
And let's lead into the body sculpting. I think this is going to be the most sexiest ads that they'll ever get. But
Ooh.
Sunset Wellness, located at 1973 West Sunset Boulevard. They used to be the American Shaman. And if you've been into their store, you know that they're a whole therapeutic wellness, holistic, with supplements. But they actually spread their team to where they have a lot of Reiki and education. But I take the luxury of the body sculpting machine. that helps with skin tightening because I've lost weight and it's dangling and I'm not going to pay 10 grand. So it's very affordable. Call them today at 922-0962, 435-922-0962. Last but not least is Desert Home Pest Control. And leading off, they will kill everything but you and your pets. Maybe your mother-in-law. 435-256-0407.
Justice for Johnny. I think I'm going to go pour me a mega pint.
Yeah! Next week we'll have shirts
You've
to
been
prove
listening
it.
to Whack-A-Mole with
Fuck
Tina
you,
B
Amber!
and Charmaine G. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Watch us on YouTube and subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Join us next time for, well, whatever may happen with Tina B and Charmaine G on Whack-A-Mole. This has been a production from a podcast studio.